I was a minute late. I was a minute late for my own live stream on a Sunday morning. I'm sorry. I haven't put on I haven't hit the record button. Now I've done that. Looks like the microphone's okay. Doesn't sound like I've had anything to say this morning, although I have. I've tried to engage with family members. They've been angry when you wake up in the morning. Some people are more pleasant than others. I'm not exactly the most pleasant person, so when I do extend a branch of freedom, of pleasantness, I expect that to be returned to me, which is a mistake. Because I did not get my branch of pleasantness returned to me in such a way that I would have appreciated. It was more of a criticism and then a lecture from someone else. So that's great. That's a good start to the morning. Let me adjust this. Oh God. Now I gotta stop this. Now I gotta stop this. Just a second. Oh. Good Lord. This is just offensive. Part of me wants to go and start talking about something now so I don't have to deal with that terrible intrusion into my opening. How are you this morning? Well, let's be honest. You're probably not in my live stream. You're probably not seeing this until what, 2 in the morning? And you know what? Good. I say it every day. It's the same people. It's like, look, can't watch the live stream at 9 in the morning. It's okay. It's all right. It'd be nice to have a chat every once in a while with someone, but you know, hey, I mean, some people apparently aren't allowed to have an audience. Let me go to YouTube right now and see who is allowed to have an audience and see what they're up to. So our channel is basically about real estate, and we talk about some other things. But let's look at what's live right now. What's beating me live? Okay. All right. Let me. Now, I'm sure there's other things live. I'm sure there's someone else. So I can't really sort it by like views. The first one is it says lo-fi synth wave radio for retro dreaming. 382 people watching that. 29,000 people are watching lo-fi hip-hop radio, beats to relax and study to. 400 people watching crypto music for coding. Then there's Ask Me Anything Sunday Bitcoin Breakout. That's 774 people watching. I don't have my pictures. I'm not exactly sure why. Now it's going to screw things up for me. We might have to fight it this morning. We might have to fight it. And I'm all for it. Be that way. We got EarthCam Live, Times Square in 4K. That's 536 people watching that. We've got first game this year come in, guys. That's 24 people watching that. I feel like maybe someday, if anyone will let me, I will get to that number of 24 people during my live stream. Chadcast 1, Chaos, Hope, and Death, Let the Rambles Begin. I don't know what that is, but they've got 12,000 people watching it at 9 in the morning. A YouTube trading session, he's always on, or she, or it, whatever. They. 77 people maybe watching that. Here's someone watching my videos live so I can get my subs up. There's 57 people watching that. I would just argue that maybe they should work on their own stuff first. I mean, they've got 12,000 people watching the Chadcast. So, and you've only got 57, so perhaps you should perhaps you should look at Playing in the Park, outdoor playground for kids, family, fun play area. 28,000 watching that. I Can't Get No Satisfaction worship experience. 32 people watching that. It's a Sunday morning. Elevation Church has 32,000 people watching. Shiba Inu Bitcoin has 14,000 watching. Learning the Markets with Manish has 445 people watching. And it goes on. And it goes on. I have no people watching. I don't think I've ever been put on the front page of YouTube for anything. And I wouldn't say it's by design. I honestly don't think YouTube even cares in any way what happens to me, and that's okay. 14 people watching a Minecraft live stream. 27 people watching another Minecraft live stream. Perhaps they should put those two together and you'd get almost 50. But regardless, let's just say I'm not exactly cleaning up today with regards to the views. How many days will I continue to look at these things? I don't know. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. Wanted to talk about something that happened to me. I don't know where it is on the list. Okay. There it is. So yesterday, as I explained in my live stream, I had a showing. Had a showing in University City at noon. So I got cleaned up, got dressed, went to my showing. Well, at least I got in my car and I was driving to my showing when I got a text. Said, hey man, my car broke down. I'm not going to be able to make the showing. Sorry for the late response. Said, well, hey, a couple things. Number one, thank you. Thank you for telling me that you can't make the showing. It makes my life easier. You say, how so? Well, because now I know, when I get there, I don't have to wonder, hey, what's going on? So I appreciate the heads up. So I immediately turned around. And this is where tech messes me up, and it makes me look like an idiot, and I would like to put that out there. And so if the listing agent for the house in University City is watching this, which kind of a long shot, to be honest with you, let me just say this. I apologize. What I did was I was on my phone. I went into the Showing Time app, and I tried to reschedule a showing for today at 12:30. Now you say, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Good for you for telling the person that, for canceling the showing, because professional etiquette or responsibility dictates that if you're not going to go to a showing, then you should cancel it. It's the right thing to do. So I did that. And then I rescheduled it. But what I didn't see on my reschedule was they were having an open house today between 12 and 2. And so there was no need for me to really reschedule it. I should have just canceled the other one and gone about my day. Now, is the guy going to say, is he going to confirm my showing? Yeah. Or no. Or I don't know. I don't care. Oh, I hate this thing. I'm going to punch this. I hate this stuff. We're going to get to it soon. We're going to do it first. We're going to switch things up because I hate it so much. Autoplay on the internet is just the worst. I hate it. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. I tried to do the right thing. This agent's like, you're an idiot. I have an open house. Why did you reschedule to that time? I'm not going to go ahead and approve it because I'm going to be there. I'll meet you there. It's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. So, anyway, that's where I'm at on that. Wanted to go over some Google News now, some Google search trends. I'm switching up the show on the fly. I wanted to show one thing, but I'm going to have to do something different because of that autoplay, which is driving me crazy. So, what I wanted to say was, did anyone know about this? So, in Google search, it's the Gasparilla Pirate Festival. Have you ever heard of such a thing? And do you know where Gasparilla is, or is it? Well, apparently it's in Tampa Bay. Yes. says pirates take over city of Tampa in annual Gasparilla Pirate Festival. Now in St. Louis, we have like Mardi Gras. I don't know what else off the top of my head. I don't know what we would have, but the pirates taking over. I'm just going to be honest with you. It sounds like a good time. You've got pirates. You've got boats. I mean, how can that be bad? So I'm just going to read it here. It says, ahoy mateys, the city of Tampa belongs to the pirates now. It says, pirates invaded downtown Tampa Saturday. It was an exciting day after the Gasparilla Festival or whatever was canceled last year due to the pandemic, which is sad. It says, earlier in the day, Jose Gasparilla crew, spelled interestingly, arrived at the Tampa Convention Center and successfully retrieved the key from Tampa Mayor Jane Castor, Shiver Me Timbers. And to celebrate the successful takeover, the pirates celebrated their invasion with a parade in downtown Tampa. Check out some of the pictures. Well, I'm not going to. But I'm not from here. I'm not from Tampa. We have Mardi Gras. We don't have a pirate invasion, which now that I know about it, I'm kind of sad. It says, the all-day festival kicked off with the invasion of pirates on the fully rigged pirate ship Jose Gasparilla. After the ship sailed up to the Tampa Convention Center, Tampa Mayor surrendered the key to the city to Captain Peter Lackman of Ye Mystic crew of Gasparilla. People were advised not to take part in the invasion on the water this year, given the forecast of high winds and rough water. After capturing the city of Tampa, there's no better way to celebrate than a big parade in downtown Tampa. I agree. I'm a sucker for a good parade. It says, the Gasparilla Parade of Pirates featured more than 140 units, including 103 elaborate floats, not just your garden variety float. These floats were elaborate. It said it had 5 marching bands and 50 distinct crews. Okay. Okay, so it says, among the main events, there were stages placed along the Riverwalk in downtown Tampa. So there's a river in Tampa. This is what I've learned today. With live entertainment and pre- and post-paid parade in Curtis Hickson Waterfront Parle. I don't know what a parle is. And McDill Park. So then you have this stuff here. Okay. And so that's good. So we got a pirate. All right. Oh, God. Now we got to turn it off. Good Lord. Now we go to this, though. I saw this and I wanted to share it. Checking my YouTube while I'm, or my Gmail while I'm on YouTube. Anyway, it says Tampa mayor doesn't want beads in Tampa Bay during Gasparilla. Well, that doesn't seem strange to me. Why? A bigger article, I guess, would be Tampa Bay mayor wants beads in Gasparilla. If you're planning on throwing beads into Tampa Bay during upcoming celebrations in Tampa, Mayor Jane Castor has a message for you. Don't. Do not. You may be right at the water. You may have your beads in your hand. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. The mayor announced Thursday Sheen community organizers are relaunching Bead Free Bay as a way to help marine animals by keeping plastics out of the water. Huh. Interesting. It says, with the holiday lighted boat parade and Gasparilla fast approaching, where beads are a staple, it's important to get the message out now. Yes. Yes. Like, no one in their right mind can figure out, hey, maybe I shouldn't throw beads into the water. What if it's tea? You throw, oh, wait a minute. That was something different. To be clear, this doesn't mean beads can't be thrown during the celebrations. So you can throw beads at people. You can throw beads at passing cars. Throw the beads however you'd like to. They just can't end up in the bay. It's bad. Don't put it in the bay. It says Tampa is an incredible city. Tampa is the best place in the world to live. And one of the big reasons for that is because of our location and the beautiful waterfront. There are no beads allowed to be thrown out on the water. We need to keep all our beads and all that festive part of Gasparilla activities on land. Honestly. Wow. It says divers with the Florida Aquarium recovered 120 pounds of beads from the water in 2019. Good Lord. Beads and other non-biodegradable items are incredibly harmful to the environment and pose serious threats to marine wildlife. It's because beads take hundreds of years to break down into microplastics. Not only is throwing beads bad for the environment, but it's also illegal in Florida. Shocking. Throwing beads or anything else into the water is prohibited under Florida statute. So you can't throw anything in the water. Now I can get rid of this stupid autoplay that was driving me insane. I don't want to go there. I want to go here. Let's just reset after a difficult time learning we can't throw beads in the water. It's bad for the animals. Just out of thin air, do you always need justification for your actions when you try to prevent people from doing things? So, like, you can't throw beads in the water because it's bad for the animals. Can we just not throw beads in the water, period? Like, there's no point. Don't do it. Does it have to be about animals? It's hard to understand. It's hard to understand. I don't know. It's weird. Do you remember, like, this is just me. Okay. And I'm not the most wedding set person, so let me just go with my wedding, my wedding understanding. So when I was a kid, we would throw rice at the bride and groom. And they said you can't throw rice at the bride and groom because it kills the birds. And you say, really? The birds are being harmed by rice? I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. But hey, fine. So they switched to bird seed. Bird seed got everywhere. It was terrible. It was bad. You throw these little specks of bird seed at people and it hits them in the eye, and now there's injuries. So we're not killing the birds at that point. Plus, you're attracting birds. And then it's always been this weird thing where if you don't feed the birds every day, they stop. They can't live anywhere. I really don't understand. I'm not big on ornithology. If I got the right word there, give me a quarter. I don't know. I don't know. So then they said you can blow bubbles. You can blow bubbles at people, but that's kind of messy and sticky. You know, I don't know. I'd heard a story that you're not supposed to. We're having Mardi Gras coming up, and you're not allowed to throw beads at all. You're not supposed to have beads. I don't know if I can pull that up. I might try because, we've got time. Because I'd like to see if that got taken from us here. Let's just see. I don't even like this particular source. I'm not doing it. Anyway, I'd heard that they said we didn't need beads here in St. Louis. And it had nothing to do with the water. Anyway. When you tell people not to do something, it makes them want to do it more. When you give somebody something specific, such as 190 pounds of beads in the water, and people are automatically competitive, and now maybe they want to get 250 pounds this year. It's bad. Let's go to this story that I've had sitting up here now. So, as you know, I don't do the sportball very well anymore, but I recognize the power that it has in our society. And every once in a while, I feel like the need to weigh in on certain topics. And this is certainly one of them. It says, despite retirement reports, Tom Brady hasn't made up his mind. So I can tell the story for the most part. One, he's old. I think he's exactly my age. Now, he gets paid to play football. He gets paid to work out. I don't get paid for either of those things. Some people would say if you worked out, it would pay off over time. But anyway, he eats right, all that stuff. Anyway, so it's a believable story. It's a believable story. Now, they also lost a game, and when you lose a game, you get sad. Ben Roethlisberger retired like 2 days ago. Everyone blamed the problems with Pittsburgh on Roethlisberger, but I don't know that that's the case. Maybe it's not all his fault. Maybe the team wasn't very good this year. I don't know. But anyway, so they say he might retire. It says, despite reports that he's retiring, Brady told the Tampa Bay Buccaneers he hasn't made up his mind. Two people familiar with the details told the Associated Press. It says, it's unknown when he'll make an announcement, leaving his team guessing and fans hoping for one more run that seems unlikely considering his age and family situation. ESPN first reported Brady's retirement on Saturday, citing unidentified sources. Brady's company posted a tweet indicating he's retiring, and reaction came from around the world congratulating Brady on his career. Even the NFL's Twitter account posted a series of congratulatory messages. But TB12 Sports deleted its tweet, and Brady's agent said the 44-year-old quarterback would be the only person to accurately express his future. And so that's where the world is kind of strange to me. Earlier this week, we'd heard reports that Justice of the Supreme Court Stephen Breyer was going to retire, but he was going to retire in his own way. However, someone kind of front ran the news, and then he was forced into an awkward situation of retiring, having it being announced, not in the way he would want to. He was angry. That's the report. I don't know if it's true or not. So here's Brady. Almost the same thing happens. There's reports that he's retiring. On his own company page, there was a tweet. It says Brady's father, you'd think he would know, told multiple reporters that his son hadn't made a firm decision yet. It says the 7-time Super Bowl champion and NFL's career leader in numerous passing categories, Brady is under contract for 2022, but he has cited a desire to spend more time with his wife, supermodel Gisele Bündchen, and 3 children. I've always kind of, don't take this the wrong way, but there's some people that work 9-to-5 jobs. They work in factories. They work in coal mines. Okay? They never get the opportunity to retire. And when they do, it's not to spend more time with their wife and children. Just saying. Then it gets a little bit interesting. It says Brady may be waiting to make an official announcement on his or his brand's social media accounts or his SiriusXM podcast. I understand. And then it says that the agent made a statement. I understand that the advanced speculation about Tom's future Without getting into accuracy or inaccuracy of what's being reported, Tom will be the only person to express his plans with complete accuracy. He knows the realities of football business and planning calendar as well as anybody, so that should be soon. And that's just it. Like, no offense to who would I be offending? Look, you are the best quarterback, in recent history. Okay? Here, I'll go no frame it. You're the best quarterback in recent history. I don't think there's any question. And so you're better than Manning. Okay? You're the best. Now, you make millions of dollars a year. Okay? And do you spend millions of dollars on your businesses for after you retire? Yes. To me, it just seems a little petty that if you are going to retire, you're waiting to do it so that you can get the most possible exposure on your branded platform or on, your branded podcast. That, to me, is icky. Seriously. People need to be, the entire country needs to be dragged along so that you can make a decision to maximize your brand's value. That's not smart. It's not smart. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. It's just gross. Gross. It's like I was on Twitter this morning, and this guy wrote something that I thought was really interesting. He said, it was really simple. Help someone without telling everybody. Man, when has that been the case? In the past decade with social media. I mean, every single thing you do is got to be couched in some sort of, you're doing such a wonderful job. Do we remember? I don't know if you remember the Instagram snafu. There was I don't know if it was in Florida or something. There was a hurricane or some natural disaster. Oh, the riots, the Summer of Love. And this Instagram girl, walks up to some actual community people that are trying to help by boarding up the windows. She grabs a hammer and a nail, goes to one of the windows that's already boarded up, has her entourage take a bunch of pictures of her, hands the hammer and nail back to the guy that's actually doing the work, and leaves. And meanwhile, captions the post like, "Oh, I'm so happy to be helping my community." I mean, that is the worst of the worst of the worst. And we see it all the time now. Everything has to be couched in some sort of helping the less fortunate. You're only virtuous if you're helping the less fortunate. And you're so virtuous that you can tell everyone how virtuous you are. But when the cameras aren't rolling, when the social media posts aren't flowing, you're an asshole. Plain and simple. You're using a facade of goodness to promote you and your product and your brand, while not doing it for the right reasons. Now, you say, "John, have you ever done this?" I have. One of my clients referred me to another set of clients, and they had a baby, and I bought stupid amounts of diapers, and I took a picture of it when I was going to get, when I went to give it to him, because I really appreciated it, and it was fun. It was real, though. It was real, and it wasn't like, here's where I really get uncomfortable. It wasn't like I was helping the decrepit family that couldn't afford diapers. Okay, this family's fine. They live in a nicer house than I do. Okay, it's going to be all right. you know, the point was is it was fun to do something that was unexpected for someone else. Okay, that's fine, and I think that's okay. But when you see a girl, 20 years old, 18 years old, on the beach, okay, in some locale where her hotel's being comped because she's an influencer, and then she writes something like, oh, I'm so glad to get out today in the sun, and don't forget about the turtles. And by the way, she's in a string bikini with perfect lighting. Come on. Come on. Now. I mean, to me, it's fascinating. So I have my platform. I had somebody check in on my chat like earlier today, which was amazing. I was hoping to keep them through the whole thing, but it didn't happen. And the numbers have been really weird for me lately for YouTube. I have a platform. I have 54 subscribers. I have maybe 39 followers on Twitter. I got a lot of followers on Facebook relative to my age and everything. I think I'm at like 180 or something for Deerwood Realty. I really, really despise realtor violence committed against real estate agents. I really, really despise it. It's such a hard business, and you say, well, it's not hard. Okay, fine. It's such a hard business, and you have to meet so many people that you don't know right away. You put yourself in dangerous situations all the time. You're in the business to be able to afford, to feed your family. And I just hate realtor violence. I mean, just hate it. And I'm sure people say, well, shouldn't you hate all violence? Yes. But I have this platform. I have who I am. And if I can advocate for like just an awareness, that basically the word advocate, an awareness that there's violence being committed against real estate agents, that it's a bad thing. We don't want it. We don't want it in our communities. I feel like I'm doing something to help. And you say, well, have you ever done something in that regards to market what you were doing? And I would say, yes, I did donate money to a woman who had a GoFundMe page set up because she was attacked at a showing and her brain was I don't know, crushed at both ears by being beaten with a crescent wrench. I donated money, and I showed people that I donated money because I don't want empty platitudes, and I don't want to feign care for this issue. I'm sorry, they call it a cracked skull, not a broken skull. Cracked skull in two places. So, I mean, I don't think any of those things get me any further in life. I don't think that the advocacy is getting me further. I don't think it's getting me more viewers. I don't think it's getting me anything. And I love to do nice things for my clients, or previous clients, or past clients. I mean, that's true. If there's a realness to it, that's fine. But that's a completely different thing than going anywhere in St. Louis County anymore and finding a homeless person and taking your picture with them, saying that you care about the homeless, and then leaving and doing it for a social media purpose. That's where I get ill. And so, going back to the Brady thing, it's the whole point of you've been given this wonderful spot in life. Okay, your life is you're part of the 99% or part of the 1%. Okay. And then you're so locked up in your own self that you can't even retire without waiting for the best possible moment for you to make the most possible money and to promote your brands. It gets a little gross. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. So let's get on to some houses. Let's get to the meat. Let's get to where I like to be. Ever been to Minneapolis? I've not been to Minneapolis. Sorry. That doesn't stop me from wanting to see the houses there. We have 3 houses. We have one for 3.5 million, one for 3.4 million, and one for 3.3 million. Nothing like what we've been seeing. Okay. I mean, nothing more than 10,000 square feet. But let's take a look. I do like this architecture of the first one. Let's just see. 3.5 million. It's been on the market 9 days. It's by a lake. There's 100 pictures, which is ridiculous. I'm not doing that. Five cars. 5-car garage. I'm sorry. Let's see the property history. It's been listed since 2021 of July. It just got relisted this week. But let's look. I like the front. And there's the water. I'm not an expert, but it looks like there's houses closer to the water than this home. I do like the drone picture of this. I do like that. Now I'm like, let's see the house. So there's the backyard. I mean, when you do this is my own personal opinion. When you show me these drone pictures of houses everywhere, you take away from the house that you're listing. All this wood looks like it needs to be taken care of. It looks like it needs maintenance. I mean, we're finally in the house. The 16th picture. And I got this mirror here, and I don't know why. We got a sign in the yard. Whited out. Now we got the mirror again. Just move the mirror. It looks terrible. On a $3.5 million home. Now we're in the house. Now we're outside the house. It's like, what are we doing here? Where's the consistency? On a $3.5 million house. What are we doing? Again, just kind of same picture. I mean, see, I'm just done. I'm done. I don't like the way this is set up. Let's see about the property details. Extraordinary opportunity to own one of the finest luxury offerings in East Harriet overlooking the lake. Historic 3+ story prairie architecture stunner has been lovingly renovated with gorgeous lifestyle spaces and panoramic lake views. Rear design boasts over 7,000 square feet of gorgeous living space with an additional 2,000 square feet of pristine finished 5-car heated garage and storage space. Green roof garden and landscape yard create a private entertainment oasis complete with new bluestone patio and waterfall. 5-bedroom floor plan lays out beautifully. Look, when are you ever going to say in your own listing that the 5-bedroom floor plan is the worst floor plan you've ever seen in your life, and you can't believe anybody would be so stupid to build it? Breakthrough gourmet kitchen and family room. Breathtaking. Sorry. Learn to read. State-of-the-art movie theater, bar, and billiards room with walkout to patio and entertainment space. Bonus 1-bedroom apartment with private access, newly renovated to include a bedroom with a bath, living and kitchen. Perfect space for the nanny. In-law suite or at-home college student. Steps from Lake Harriet in the Rose Garden. Beautiful, extraordinary luxury living in the heart of the fabulous Fremont. Now, Not impressed. I was just going to put out there, oh gosh. And then again, because I screwed up, I didn't do my screen share. You didn't see it. It was that house. It wasn't that great. I'm sorry. I apologize. We have the other two to look at. But what I was going to say is I just had this huge wave of anxiety because I have to schedule a showing for one house and I don't know what time. Then I have to print out a bunch of stuff. I have to take a shower. I have to eat. I have to do a whole bunch of things before my showing. Plus, I don't exactly know how long it's going to take me to get to this particular place. But I'm letting you know the anxiety that I have so that I can maybe get rid of it. This one's brokered by Coldwell Banker Realty, $3.5 million. Not on Adena Lake, it's on a different one. Or Harriet Lake or Harriet whatever. 9 bedrooms, 6 baths, 8,000 square feet on a half-acre lot. 215 days on the market. 3-car garage built in 1931. Let's look at the property history. It's just got listed in 2021. Property details. Available for the first time in over 50 years. The landmark Lake of the Isles English Tudor Revival estate is rich in history. Irreplaceable architectural details and prized location. Impressive facade adeptly melds beautiful casota stone, hand-carved wood and stone accents, leaded windows with stained glass, a timeless slate roof, soaring stone chimneys, enchanting stone turret, and voluminous roof peaks. Elegantly grand interior spaces are equally abound with inviting character. Double height entry parlor with hand-carved beams, parge work ceiling detail, richly colored wood paneling, ornate moldings and carvings, one-of-a-kind lake-facing oval dining room with pentagonal entry space, LG owner's suite, hidden stairwell, luxurious renovated kitchen, tranquil outdoor spaces, and a private yard designed by notable architect Ernest Kennedy, published in Legendary Homes of the Minneapolis Lakes and listed in the AIA Guide to the TC. I'm not an expert, but I believe that means Twin Cities. I mean, it's nice. I mean, is that a voluminous roof? I don't know. By the water. I mean, this picture here does me no good. Oh, are we going to go in? 55 pictures is, I'm okay with that. 100 pictures, no. Oh, here we are. We're inside. Oh, look at that. Now, showing architectural detail is good. Oh. There's a lot of stuff in this room. Anybody else get that opinion? I mean, there's chairs, there's tables, there's chairs, lamps, more chairs, tables. Just a lot going. Rugs. I don't know if, is that a gas fireplace, a wood fireplace? Did they start the fireplace just for the people to take the pictures? If they did, good for them. That's making an effort. I applaud that. There's a desk. There's books. They're all the same. And what are they doing here? Okay, they're showing the architectural detail. They could have taken an even closer picture if they wanted. This room is a disaster. That's a carpeted bathroom. I'm just ill. That's a farmer's sink. Not a lot of counter space. But this house was built in 1931. I mean, I'm not expecting certain things. Now, don't give me the same picture in the listings. I already saw it. This is the oval dining room, which he talked about in the listing. I say he because it says Bruce Birkeland. I like that. I don't know about this. I'm just so anti-carpet right now. I got to get over it. It's my own bias. I mean, I just don't like wallpaper. It's a cool house. I mean, that's right to show the, but I mean, over here, what's that about? It looks like it needs some maintenance. Does that make me a bad person? But yeah, show the detail. Show the detail. This. It has a lot of elements of being correct for a listing. Like, I don't particularly enjoy this picture. I'm thinking this is the house, but now that I see all these other houses, now I don't feel like it's very exclusive. I want to keep it on the listing that I have. Now there you go. You got snow. I would have expected that. So that was a nice listing. So you got this one for 7,000 square feet. You got this one for 8,000 square feet. This one is closer to the water, I guess. But my own personal taste leads me to this house for similar cash. And I liked the outside of this house. I feel like the first house isn't being listed correctly. At least is in my opinion. Like, not against the agent or anything. It's not what I would do. This house, 3.38 million, 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 4,000 square feet, 135 days on the market, built in 1904, 2 cars. Thoughtful renovation addition by acclaimed Rancamp Larson architects of historic Lake of the Isles residence, with walls of windows that effortlessly meld the tranquil outdoors, inspired gardens, and picturesque water views with creatively designed interior spaces. My opinion is that sentence is too long and it's confusing. An inspiring glass-walled art gallery walkway provides a seamless connection with the home and to the very verdant surroundings. Subtle material choices, sculptural design characteristics, and refined detailing create an idyllic purity and heightened sense of place. A one-of-a-kind glass-wrapped kitchen and dining space, a Zen-inspired owner's sanctuary with ethereal marble spa bathroom, a translucent basswood stairwell, exceptional outdoor living spaces expertly sited on a beautiful park-like lot to masterfully frame captivating water and nature vistas. The perfect Minneapolis lakes location and lifestyle. Well, okay. Sold in 2012, listed in 2021. Like I said, 131 days on the market, 135, I'm sorry. 41 pictures, a little confusing. This is the first picture. I don't know what this is. Is this the front of the house? Is this the side of the house? Is this the back of the house? Where does this house fit in with that? Again, I got nothing. Is this the house? I guess. Okay, this is the maybe? Yes. We're going to go with this is the house. The problem is you couldn't get the picture in the frame, the house in the frame without getting a picture of the other house. I get what happened. I mean, 7 pictures in, we're doing detail. Okay, now we're in the house. I've never seen this. I don't know if it's even real. This doesn't look real. But you got a desk next to the island. But it could be real. Please, I'm not trying to criticize. I mean, you've got another view of it, so it may be real. It's pretty cool, the idea. Yeah, it's got to be real. It's still there. That's kind of interesting. Definitely a different feel to the house. Isn't it more light, airy, clean, crisp than the houses we saw? I mean, it's just not for me. Nice house, no complaints, just not for me. Okay. let's go to some articles. It says the S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller Index reports 18.8% annual home price gain in November. And what I wanted to go over this article was about is something that I find interesting is that the index follows, what we believe to be true. Is it a leading indicator? No, it's an indicator. It's a past. This is from November. We're in January. We're actually going to be in February in 2 days, I think. So what relevance does this have? Well, it tells the picture. It tells the story from the past that should be somewhat relevant to going forward. Now, the problem is when the market's going down, you're not going to know it until it starts to go down a lot. And you're not going to get stories about it because people need a confirmed trend, in my opinion, before they'll start writing about it. Here we go. It says S&P released the latest results for the Case-Shiller indices, the leading measure of U.S. home prices. Data released for today for November show that home prices continue to increase across the U.S. More than 27 years of history are available for the data series and can be accessed in full by going to this spot. Year over year, the S&P CoreLogic U.S. National Home Price Index, covering all 9 U.S. Census divisions, reported an 18.8% annual gain in November, down from 19% in the previous month. The 10-city composite increase came in at 16.8%, down 17.2% from the previous month. The 20-city composite posted an 18.3 year-over-year gain, down from 18.5 the previous month. So let's talk about the index. So the index is made up of different areas. Let me just poke a hole in one particular spot, and that is we're in St. Louis after the the housing bust in the 2000s, 2010, 2009. The recovery here did not happen like it did in say like a place like Denver, where there was almost continuous construction. To compare us to Denver in an index would be stupid. It wouldn't give you a very good, accurate spot. Is this true across the board? I'll be honest. I mean, if you say like we're going to do just major cities, so we're going to do New York and we're going to do Los Angeles, okay, and then we're going to put Austin, Texas there, and we're going to put Orlando, Florida there, or Miami. It's going to be the most bizarre index ever. It's not going to do any good. This is my opinion. What I don't like is we'll just go to the analysis. It says for the past several months, home prices have been rising at a very high rate, but a very high but decelerating rate. That trend continues. The National Composite Index rose 18% and 16.8% respectively. In all 3 cases, November's gains were less than October's. Despite this deceleration, it's important to remember that November's 18.8% gain was the 6th highest reading in the 34 years covered by our data. Now, I don't even care about that. I don't care about like accelerating home price gains. That I don't care. Are prices going up or are prices going down? The rate in which they're going up or down to me is irrelevant. I mean, and let me just put it as an example. Let's say there's a house with an asking price of $100,000. And I take this data and I say, oh, you know what? In November, the home price growth was 17.9%. So I'll make an offer 17.9% over asking because that will accommodate the increase for that month. Oh, but wait a minute. The next month, it was 18.4%. So let me do the offer based on the next month. It just doesn't make any sense. It's not relevant to the world in which I operate. The only relevance is that it goes up or it goes down. I mean, the problem with historical events to me is like every day is history. So when you get the first person to do this or the first person to do that, how is that person better than the second person? It's not. It's not. It's just ridiculous. We put value on these things. I don't know why, but it's there, and best to just accept it and move on, I guess. But anyway, this index says that the house prices have gone up and accelerated, and you should be, you know, you should be intrigued. It says, we have previously suggested the strength in the U.S. housing market is being driven in part by a change in locational preferences as households react to the COVID-19 pandemic. More data will be required to understand whether this demand surge represents an acceleration of purchases that would have occurred over the next several years or reflects a more permanent secular change. In the short term, meanwhile, we should soon begin to see the impact of increasing mortgage rates on home prices. So to me, no offense, it didn't really do me any good. I mean, we're not even in there. St. Louis isn't even in there. So I mean, we're totally. Anyway, I wanted to bring it to you for the reasons I said. Why do you care about accelerating home growth? Why don't you just worry that the houses are going up or they're going down? It's a lot easier. Let's do one more article. Seven little ways to ease home buying stress this winter, according to experts. Well, I feel like I'm an expert. What kind of expert do you need to be able to be in this article? Would you need to be would you need to be a real estate agent, or do you need to be a psychiatrist or psychologist? Which way are we going with this? Past 2 years have been unpredictable, to say the least, with plenty of stressors outside of purchasing a home that can trickle into the home buying process. On top of these external stressors, 98% of first-time home buyers reportedly lost out on a home they were interested in the past year. Here's some pointers to alleviate stress during the home buying process these winter months. So, not to be crass because I'm in the business, but losing out on a home that you're interested in, like, does that make you sad? Yes. That's part of the process, unfortunately. Would you rather overpay some stupid number for a house to get it just because you got it? It says, think of your wish list as your North Star. Narrowing down factors such as square footage, neighborhood, and more can feel intimidating when planning your future. Create a wish list of non-negotiables and limits. Your list of must-haves versus nice-to-haves. This could include the home's distance from work, distance from a parent, or proximity to a certain school district. Get in your car and drive around so that you can opt in and out of certain neighborhoods altogether. This will make searching more bespoke for your specific location needs and wants, says consumer trends expert Beatrice De Jong with Open Door. I don't even know what this means. Think of your wish list as your North Star. I mean, seriously. That doesn't make me stress less. Prioritize self-care. Your Sunday relaxation ritual may come in handy here. Meditation can be an integral part of keeping calm. You know what? I'll tell you what. If it's anything like St. Louis, offers are due usually on Sunday or Monday. You're not going to sit there and have a relaxation ritual. You're going to be stressed like you would not believe until you find out whether or not you got the house. This is not where I'm at. Try to trust the process. Whether you're pushing up against a deadline or feeling fatigued, it's important to remember that there is more than one dream home. and that you're on your way to finding yours, try to trust the process. Shift your mindset and take advantage of the lengthy home buying process to familiarize yourself with the neighborhoods you're searching in. Okay, but I mean, do that anyway. Do that. If the market is hot, do that. When the market is terrible, do that. Match with a like-minded real estate agent. I absolutely agree. How do you find your like-minded real estate agent? Well, you talk to them. Talk to them and you ask them questions. And then they'll respond back. If you don't like their answers, you probably don't like them. Don't feel like you're obligated to go with somebody if you don't like them. Okay? Don't feel bad that you didn't use anything other than your gut feeling that you didn't want to work with someone. There's no logic necessarily. Are you really going to say there's a very, very nice person that comes to your house, very well spoken, dressed to the nines. You look outside, their car's perfect, and they tell you everything that you want to hear. Okay. And then somebody else comes in and you don't like the way they look. You don't like what they say, and you want nothing to do with them. There's no rule that says you have to go with the person that you don't like. Don't overthink these things. Like, we're not going to use like logic. I see a lot of times what questions you should ask a buyer's agent. And someone will be like, how many buyers are you working with? I'm working with right now like 5 myself. But you're not in the business, and so you don't really know how that works. Sometimes I have to go show houses, sometimes I don't. If I had 10 buyers, I would be in the same situations. They're probably going to want to see houses on Saturday and Sunday, probably Friday night. Probably not going to show houses on Monday night. Probably not going to be as many people. But you're not going to know that. So asking that question and choosing that answer, say the person's, and then how do you answer the question? Well, I only have 1 buyer. Well, they don't have enough business. We can't go with them. I have 10 buyers. Oh, well, they have more business. We should choose this person over the person that we liked. No, choose the person that you like. If you don't like them, don't use them. That's easy. Have all your ducks in a row. Have a strong mortgage pre-approval. I agree with that. But again, that's not really going to keep you from being stressed. That's just the way it is. You need to have one. Be 100% prepared to submit the offer once you find the home you want. I agree with that. It takes time, though. It's a process. You can't just bring people along and say, hey, now I got to write. You have to say, like, here's what's in the offer. Here's how this offer relates to, it takes a while. Even in good times. Be completely prepared for tours in person or virtually. Yes. Be prepared to see a home ASAP as you never know which one might be the one. I don't know where Mintz came in. Gary Mintz is a Berkshire Hathaway Fox and Roach realtor. He's in the second part of the article. I agree with that. Be completely prepared for tours in person or virtually. We did that one. And finally, pounce. Once you find the right home, try to become aggressive and pursue that property with vigor. Don't assume that since it's not sold, there will not be any other offers. Your strongest negotiating position is when there are no other offers on the table. Once a second offer comes in, your negotiating power decreases substantially. Kind of got into a little bit different thing there. That doesn't really ease home buying stress this winter. Okay. That's where we're at. What do you think? What do you think? Are you enlightened by the day? You have your realty knowledge ready to go? I was a little disappointed I had some people peek in on my live stream and then disappear. I really wish somebody would stay with me the whole time. Or like there would be so many people coming in and coming out that it wouldn't be that noticeable. That's what by the way, that's what I think you all are doing online. If I were to switch this to the night, like 9 o'clock at night, you guys would peek in for a little while, maybe get bored, go somewhere else, and then come back. That would be ideal for me. I don't expect you to watch it straight through. Sometimes I have stuff that's interesting. Sometimes it's not interesting. And I don't know how it's going to play until I say it. So that is what it is. I am going to head out. I've got a lot to do. I should have plenty of stories for you tomorrow. And we'll go from there. 9 o'clock in the morning. It'll be Monday. It'll be the 31st.